Yeah, here we go again. That's April the 2nd. And here we're going to look at something that a woman has to say to, well, I mean, what are they? I mean, who exactly are we dealing with here? So this went out on April the 1st. Rule of law. Consent to the governed is non-negotiable. Malicious prosecution is a hate crime. Cruel and unusual treatment, which is unconstitutional. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So, one of these females involved that's being paid to pretend to be a BC prosecutor, that's Laura Wheeler. And then there was another female impersonating the public in November. So are these females aware of the rules for prosecution? Perhaps this woman, an expert counselor, should go through the rigid standards with you public servant agents for the Crown. Have you taken a look at this stuff? We'll take a look at it together. Okay, so we all understand what's happening, right? If you're listening, if you've been listening for any length of time, and if you're invested in this war, you're listening to a woman who has been targeted. She's being gang stalked. They have robbed her of everything, with no right to do so at all. So, last August, some information went out that made it crystal clear that an employee of the City of Victoria, Delmanic, an employee pretending to be the manager of the district of Saanich. Sorry, Delmanic is the City of Victoria. Did I just say that? Excuse me, I'm so tired. And then there's another couple of male monsters, brainless beasts over here, pretending to be the district of Saanich. One is the manager, Dean Murdoch, and the other one is pretending to be the chief here, Dean Duthie. Now, when you go through the Criminal Code of Canada, everything that they're doing and everything that they've done is written down. And everything that they're doing are offenses recorded in this thing that they're calling the Criminal Code of Canada. So this all has to be pointed out, and it is, in August of last year. And so what they do is they lie in wait. When the woman who owns the lot attends the lot to remove the trespassers, because she has an obligation to stop crime. Every man and woman in Canada has an obligation to not be a part of the problem. So they're lying in wait. They're lying in wait. They have a fucking SWAT team there. They've premeditated to torture, to rob, to kidnap, to unlawfully confine, to fabricate fucking evidence, all of it fucking offenses in the criminal code. Falsely accuse this woman of doing what they are doing to her. Because somehow these brainless beasts figure that if they can fucking distract and deny who they all are and what they all are, it's somehow gonna fucking change. The brain of a beast. So they have to get some other fucking witches involved in this. So this is just fucking nut. So the pigs pretending to be police claim that it's not them who does the prosecuting, right? They don't have that decision to make. So this all hinges on these criminals, these compulsive liars impersonating the public. Because remember, we went over this before, they don't represent the police or the victim. They represent the public. Decision to prosecute. Overview, prevention of wrongful convictions. Duty to present a fair, clear, and comprehensible case. The decision to prosecute. Reasonable prospect of conviction. Public interest. I mean, blah, blah, fucking blah, 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 blah. So the counsel must only proceed with prosecutions where two conditions are met. There's a reasonable prospect of conviction, and the prosecution is in the public interest. Well, if those are the two conditions, you're fucked. Because you neither have a reasonable prospect of conviction, and the prosecution is not in the public interest. Because you understand, right, that they have to prove that whoever they're accusing has not only a criminal mind and then committed the criminal act, but then they have to somehow fucking prove that the public has been harmed? According to this shit? The decision to prosecute. So there's a conspiracy going on here to try to shut up and to shut down a woman who knows the truth. And that's what these brainless fucking beasts find oh so very, very... Well, what the fuck... the truth is what terrifies them. The truth is what is terrifying them to the point that they have to send out fucking SWAT teams twice last year to shut this woman up. A woman who has no history of violence. She's not armed with fucking guns and fucking automatic weapons and all this other fucking bullshit. She's armed with something that they're never going to be able to murder. And that's the truth. She knows who they are, and she knows what the fuck they all are. So remember, because they have to do an investigation, and unless they witnessed Victoria committing the offenses she's accused of, remember, she's falsely accused of criminal harassment, and she's falsely accused of willfully resisting. So Victoria was not committing either of these allegations on August the 29th. That never occurred. So how are they going to prove these fucking lies that they're telling? How is it in the public interest to falsely accuse an innocent woman who's been robbed of everything? How does that serve the public interest? Well, it doesn't, does it? These witches are congregated into covens, and they talk about this woman. Incessantly, they talk about this woman behind her back. Because they all have to cover for each other in what they've done now. Because now she's been homeless for 5 years. March 19th, 2020, is when they completed their murder plot. You should... Prevention of wrongful convictions. Really? Is that what's going on here? That's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be preventing wrongful convictions. Duty to present fair, clear, and comprehensible case. Well, I tell you what, Victoria listened to two females, both impersonating the public. Neither of them had a fucking clue what they were talking about. And the first one, holy fuck, that thing opened up its face and it just fucking spewed lie after lie after lie after lie. And where are all of these lies coming from? The files. The filthy fascist files of the beast, telling lie after lie. The decision to prosecute. Because you realize that they're still fucking, they're still working on this, right? Because the woman you're listening to refuses to fucking partake in the bullshit. She won't consent to any of it. She won't give them a fucking inch this time. Because this is not the first time this has happened to her. But now she's a lot older, and holy fuck, is she wise. She's a wise, wise woman. Like, what the fuck are they going to say? They're just going to continue on with their lies. Reasonable prospect of conviction. You don't have it. Except for, here's the deal, though. You're never going to get a fair shake. You're never going to get a fair shake in there. Because the bencher, everybody's a barf member. Everybody. It's a triangle. It's a toxic fucking triangle. Of tares. Fucking weeds. The bencher, the fucking whoever is pretending to be the prosecutor, and then, well, they just go fucking nuts if you decide that you're going to speak the truth in there, and you're not going to have one of their barf member buddies involved in this. They just fucking go nuts. They just lose their fucking monkey minds. Because that's the house of the dead. Those Luciferian lodges, they're all private businesses. They have nothing to do with serving the public. They have nothing to do with serving the public interest. These fucking witches are all making massive money off of their malevolence. It's got nothing to do with keeping the fucking public safe or making sure fucking criminals are off the street. That's got nothing to do with it. They've weaponized their fucking wickedness. They've weaponized it, and this is how they do it. It's legal. Legal. You gotta go through, because it's just fucking Crown Council. What the fuck is that? The impact of potential charter breaches. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. According to what I've read, anything written in italics doesn't exist. It's like you can't read it. Because we all know you don't have any rights here in Canada. You don't have any fucking charter rights, constitutional rights. They see you as dead. You are fucking dead. That's why they can't hear you. That's why you have no rights to anything. Not your babies, not your land, not your automobiles, not your financial resources. It's all theirs. They're sovereign fucking citizens. This includes charter issues that are apparent from the facts of the case or have been identified by the accused. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the accused is going to identify charter issues, as in, like, cruel and unusual fucking treatment? As in the fact that you're fucking hypocrites? Is that going to be a problem for you, that she points it out to you, because she full fucking well knows that whoever is pretending to be the defense counsel isn't going to do any of that? No, defense counsel doesn't work for the accused. Defense counsel works for the coven to make sure that they can shut up the whistleblowers. You gotta shut down the whistleblowers in Canada here. You know they're coming for your guns, right? Have you gotten an email yet? From the RCMP, the fucking boots and saddles, they're coming for your guns. They're coming for your arms. You know why they're doing that? Because when they come to take your land and your house, they don't want you to have an opportunity to defend yourself. That's why this woman says something. Because she's worried about what's going to happen to you if you're not strong enough to hold up underneath this kind of fucking evil. Because it's pure evil, and they all got fucking faces, and they all have names. Because we went through, right? Victoria went through on the 4th of fucking September. Victoria, because she's been invited to the Luciferian fucking lodge of lunatics and fucking locusts. And she says, well, we have a problem here, don't we? Because you've got no reasonable prospect of a conviction here. And what you're doing is not in the public interest. So no, we won't be coming. We're sorry. We don't need to accept your fucking invitation. Go fuck yourselves. You distracting and denying what you all are and who you all are it doesn't change anything. What do you think? If you hit her fucking hard enough, she won't get back up? Is that what you're thinking? Is that how the mind of the fucking monkey works? She just fucking spins on stupid. So which one of the fucking sewer rats employed by the District of Saanich was speaking to Laura Wheeler? Because you do need to identify yourself and need to find out who the fucking pathological liar is. Irrelevant factors. The decision to prosecute must not be influenced by any of the following. Well, I tell you what. The decision that's been made to prosecute, because you realize that they're still fucking working on this, right? Because on the 8th of fucking March, there was fucking 3 fucking pigs, 3 fucking sociopaths employed by the District of Saanich back at the fucking door, criminally harassing, uttering threats, claiming fucking falsely that there's a warrant for this woman's arrest. Really? Is there? Fuck, there is. No, there isn't. Because your fucking decision to prosecute is based on discrimination. It's based on discrimination of race and national and ethnic origin. And political association. This is fucking retribution, man. That's what this is. This is discrimination. It's you're retaliating because she knows who you are. She knows what you are. You fucking have got to have figured out by now. She's way fucking smarter than the average fucking monkey, because her race of people are men and women. We're not human. Humans are not people. Humans are a different fucking species. Completely and entirely. The fucking thing, it's part fucking monster and it's part monkey. You did go and watch what happened at the end of August, didn't you? When there was a fucking SWAT team out to fucking disturb the peace of all the neighbors, to escalate a situation that didn't need to be escalated. They fucking have aided and abetted now. Fraud on the court to steal land and fucking steal $700,000. That's Canada. And David Eby is involved in all of it. From the start. That demon has been fucking involved in all of it. So how the fuck... Public interest. So is it in the public interest to continue? How the fuck are you going to get a conviction? The 5 elements, you can't meet them. You can't meet the 5 elements of convicting an innocent woman of your fucking bullshit lies. Is the public planning on taking the stand to falsely accuse Victoria of criminal harassment and willfully resisting and obstructing? Are the persons impersonating the crown? You realize that, right? They're all fucking agents. Agents don't have any rights. They've got duties, obligations, and responsibilities. They have no rights at all. And they're not immune. They do not have qualified immunity. So is the Crown planning on taking the stand to falsely accuse Victoria of your malicious, vexatious, frivolous, without merit accusations? Only the first-hand witness can testify. Only the harmed can make a claim. We understand there is evil plan to violently harm, commit offensive kidnapping, contrary to... Remember, this fucking shit is written by the dead, for the dead. Kidnapping. Let's see what you're planning on doing. Every person commits an offense who kidnaps a person with intent to cause the person to be confined or imprisoned against the person's will, to cause the person to be unlawfully sent or transported out of Canada, to hold the person for ransom or to service against the person's will. So when they're doing a malicious prosecution, and the man or woman that they're persecuting because they hate this man or woman, they're trying to hold them for service. That's what the prosecution is. It's being held for service. It serves those fucking sadistic, sociopathic snakes. That's what it serves. And their fucking agenda to rob everybody of fucking everything. Because when you're a mindless fucking monkey and you worship money, there's never going to be enough for you. Punishment. Well, who gives a fuck about the punishment? Like, and besides the fact, the punishment does not commit the fucking... Oh, so here's what... So this happened twice last year. This happened twice last year. Both times for almost 24 hours. Everyone who, without lawful authority, confines, imprisons, or forcibly seizes another is guilty. Well, no shit, Sherlock. They did it twice last year. We understand there is evil plan to violently harm, commit offensive kidnapping contrary to Section 279 of a woman and victim robbed of everything as offenders seek to cover for yourselves and other filthy friends. Listen up. This is just the start of the hate crimes of Kamloops BC resident, agent for CIBC, Daniel Carroll. So we went through just some of the crimes of Daniel Carroll last time we spoke. We understand plans are in the work to commit the offense of exploitation of a foreign diplomat, contrary to Section 279.04. Now, the woman that you're listening to is never going to make a claim unless she can prove the claim she's making. She understands what's required of the living. Commandment number 9 is do not lie. So let's see what they're up to here. Exploitation. A person exploits another person if they cause them to provide or offer to provide labor or a service by engaging in conduct that, in all the circumstances, could reasonably be expected to cause the other person to believe that their safety or the safety of others known to them would be threatened if they failed to provide or offer to provide the labor or service. So that's exactly what the malicious prosecution is all about. It's about exploitation. So there's 4 females here involved in this now. At the fucking bequest of these fucking dogs over here, Dean Duthie and Dean Murdoch. The 2 racist criminals who were aiding and abetting trespassing and mortgage fraud for Benjamin Howe and Sandra Dennis of 1474 Faircliff Lane, Victoria, BC, who are in possession of stolen property. And they're all involved in this. So again, right, no consent. So September the 5th, all contact with this one by any means and by any person known or unknown or offenses of attempts, accessories, contrary to Section 463, except where otherwise expressly provided by law. Okay, what the... Yeah, no, you can't be using the word law in a code. Because a code is a guideline. A code's not law. And what the fuck are you talking about? Well, you don't know what you're talking about because you're fucking monkeys, right? You're humans. You're the color of. Let's see here. Apply in respect of persons who attempt to commit or are accessories after the fact to the commission of offense as well. They're all involved in this. There are fucking hundreds of fucking monsters who have now sent themselves to hell by being involved Because they can't stop now. Can they? They cannot ever fucking admit what they're doing. They could never admit to the fuck-ups that they are and the fucking up that they do. They have no hope and they have absolutely no future. They're fucking like, it's the fucking zombie zoo. Everyone who attempts to commit or is in excess after the fact to the commission of an indictable offense for which, on conviction, an accused is liable to be sentenced to imprisonment for life. Oh dear. Just a bunch of garbage here. So then we have intimidation, because that's why the fucking pigs are at the door again. It's Nick Murray, the fucking sociopath, back at the door on the 8th of fucking March. Because we can't seem to shut her up. She will not shut up. We cannot intimidate her into silence. Intimidation. Section 423. Everyone is guilty of an indictable offense and liable to imprisonment for a term not more than 5 years. Or is guilty of an offense punishable on summary conviction who wrongfully and without lawful authority. Again, what law are you talking about? For the purpose of compelling another person to abstain from doing anything that they have the lawful right to do, or to do anything that they have the lawful right to abstain from doing. So Victoria has the lawful right to not only to tell you all to go, well, fuck yourselves, due to the fact that you are cursed and that you are all fucking brainless, blind fucking beasts. Victoria has every right to continue to go to her stolen land and her stolen home and get those trespassers the fuck out and the fuck off. Then now look what you've done, right? That's what the fucking false allegations are about. To intimidate Victoria so she won't go do what she has to do. And she's going to do. We don't give a fuck how long this takes. And you fucking arrogant abominations who fucking represent the beast. If you think that you're above the law, well then fucking everybody's above the law, and now we have full-on fucking anarchy going on. So now you've got 2 fucking benchers, both of them fucking females, guilty of intimidation. You should have fucking heard the shit we heard. Talk about fucking denial of due process. You got the first fucking female on August the 30th. This thing is trying to put Victoria on probation. Well, fucking probation is the punishment for guilt. Bitch. So as soon as you fucking denied this woman due process, you lost all fucking subject matter and personal jurisdiction. You fucked yourselves. You don't even know the fucking rules. It's cruel and unusual treatment. Skanks. Well, fuck, it's torture. Is it not? This is their shit, man. This is their world. It fucking spins on stupid. Torture, let's see here. Every official, well, isn't that what they are? Every official, you're in your official capacity. You're in your official fucking capacity as a bencher. You're in your official capacity fucking impersonating the public. You're in your official capacity of pretending to be the mayor, the premier, the BC Attorney General. Or every person acting at the instigation of or with the consent or acquiescence of an official who inflicts torture on any other person is guilty. No shit. Oh, let's see what they refer to as officials. Oh, peace officers, public officers. Oh. Torture means any act or omission by which severe pain and suffering, whether physical or mental, is intentionally inflicted. Well, fuck, you got 2 acts of fraud on the court to do just this because they want to murder the woman that you're listening to. That's what character assassination is. Common nuisance. Let's see what this is. Common nuisance. But remember, we're dealing with sovereign fucking citizens, right? They're all above the law. That's why they act like this. These are these fucking Freemasonics on the land. Freak Masonics on the land. Common nuisance. So every person is guilty of an indictable offense who commits common nuisance, and by doing so endangers the lives, the safety, the health of the public, or causes physical injury. You have no idea how physically painful it is to be hated and targeted and gang-stalked. Unless you're wearing those shoes, we're not sure if you could understand. Definition. Oh, we've got a definition here. For the purposes of this section, everyone commits a common nuisance who does an unlawful act or fails to discharge a legal duty and thereby endangers the lives, safety, health, property, or comfort, or obstructs the public in the exercise or enjoyment of any right that is common. Man, we could get into the wording here. I'm not going to do that. But you realize that all of this fucking bullshit, it literally lets you know that you are seen as dead, that you're a thing. Things don't have eyes, things don't have ears, things don't have mouths, things don't have minds. Well, of course, you got criminal harassment, but you see, apparently the woman that you're listening to is guilty of criminal harassment. So let's just see here. What is criminal harassment? According to the Coven, no person without lawful authority and knowing that another person is harassed or recklessly as to whether the person is harassed engage in conduct referred to in subsection 2. Prohibited conduct. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. This has been going on, well, for over 5 decades. But it got really, really, really bad in 2009. So as we know, as we heard, right, on fucking March the 8th, the slimy sociopaths are back at the door, criminally harassing this woman to let her know there's a warrant out. So the warrant obtained by persons impersonating the Crown and or the public September and December is the offense of public incitement of hatred towards this woman and her spouse, the true owners of that fucking property, contrary to Of course, the mind of the monkey doesn't think like this. The mind of the monkey, they can't wrap that malicious mind around what this woman is saying. Well, that's what they're doing. It's public incitement of hatred. Everyone who, by communicating statements in any public place, incites hatred against any identifiable group. Well, yeah. We're the peculiar people. We're definitely identifiable. And is likely to cause a breach of the peace. Are they gonna send the fucking SWAT swarm back in here, back in the building, to breach the peace? A public place. So let's all get a grip on these Luciferian lodges that they're trying to pass off as law courts. Those are not public services. Those are private for-profit criminal organizations, run by criminals, run for the criminals. They have nothing to do with serving victims of crime. They have nothing to do with making victims of crime whole. That's not what's going on there. Well, this is willful promotion of hatred. They're willingly doing this. Laura Wheeler, Nikki Sharma, Chantal Sutton, David Evie. Victoria will not aid and abet. Well, that's what they're trying to get. They want one of the righteous to become cursed like they are. Parties to offense. Everyone is a party to an offense who actually commits it. Does or omits to do anything for the purpose of aiding any person to commit it or abets any person in committing it. So then not only is Victoria, they're trying to force this woman to be parties to their offenses, she then becomes part of the common intention to actually cause herself harm and her spouse harm. Why the fuck would she do that? Who does that? Righteous men and women don't do that. It's one or the other. You're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. There is no gray area. It's either life or death. It's either right or wrong. It's either good or evil. We went over this before. Fuck, Noah must have got just so sick and tired of having to say the same fucking thing over and over again, because this is exactly what's happening to this woman. Your hate crimes, as such, repeatedly provided lawful reasons for non-compliance due to person's counseling offense, Section 22. So you realize that those sociopaths, employees, public servants acting as peace officers, pretending to be District of Saanich, they're the person's counseling offense of malicious prosecution. They're fabricating evidence so they can deflect and deny not only who they all are, but what they all are. And every single employee of the District of Saanich is guilty. Every single one of them, because not one of them is standing up and saying, you know what, we fucked up here, and we fucked up bad. They're not that fucking intelligent. You're talking about fucking infantiles here. Fucking infidels. Like they're literally fucking brainless beasts. Well, you've got the two dogs, the double Ds, right? Murdoch and Duthie, guilty of breach of trust by public officer, contrary to 122. I mean, just fucking look at the stack. Look at the fucking stack of offenses we're going through here. This is just some of them. Do you have any idea how many fucking acts there are? It's fucking endless. Every official who in connection with the duties of their office commits fraud or breach of trust. Well, yeah, I mean, because Victoria kept saying something. Fraudulent foreclosure begins. Victoria says no. And then she keeps saying no. That's why she went into the fucking Luciferian Lodge a fucking half a dozen times before they stole everything. She was denied due process, which means every single one of their fucking so-called opinions they can shove up their fucking ass. Well, yeah, that's why they're sitting there at the end of August, right? They're premeditating perjury. Let's see, Section 131. Let's see what this bullshit has to say for itself. Everyone commits perjury who, with intent to mislead, makes before a person who is authorized by law to permit it to be made before him a false statement, under oath or solemn affirmation. Well, that's what they're doing, right? It's an affirmation. It's a solemn affirmation that they have witnessed an innocent woman commit the offense of criminal harassment and willfully resisting. So they've committed perjury. And it's the fucking top dog, head hog, who was responsible for every little fucking disgusting underling. So that means you've got the two Ds, the double Ds, they're both guilty of perjury. It doesn't matter who the fuck talked to Laura Wheeler. Those two dogs are guilty of perjury. And then you've got Laura Wheeler fucking, she's rolling with it, right? She's rolling with it because she's got to protect this fucking demon, David the evildoer Evie. Well, they're fabricating evidence. We've gone over this, haven't we? Sorry, I'm trying not to be annoyed. Thank you for being here, by the way, if you're listening. So now you've got an offense under 137. Everyone who, with intent to mislead, fabricates anything with intent that it shall be used as evidence in a judicial proceeding. Well, fuck, here you go. They fabricated 2 fucking counts, and then she won't play. She won't suck on the cock and twiddle the twat, and so now they're just gonna fucking keep doing the same fucking thing because they're never gonna be any different than what they were born to be. They are never gonna fucking translate from being wicked to being righteous. That's impossible. Although that doesn't absolve the righteous man or woman's responsibility to say something. Because the bee's blood can't be on our hands. It can't be. We know better. Well, it gets even worse. Have you read Mischief? Public Mischief? So they've also committed public mischief. Everyone commits public mischief who, with intent to mislead, causes a peace officer to enter on or continue an investigation by making false statement that accuses some other person of having committed an offense. So this fucking brainless beast, Benji Howe, calls up the fucking liars at city of Victoria, pretending to be fucking peace officers, and lies. Claiming it can't understand that it's in possession of property obtained by crime, even though it's been presented with all the paperwork that you need to see. Proof of claim presented in paperwork. Six more persons, 2 persons impersonating Victoria. Well, they absolutely fucking insist that you be represented by one of their barf member buddies. Because they're all getting rich off of, letting you the old fucking dry screw, right? There's nothing in it for you. There's nothing in it for the falsely accused. There's nothing in it for the falsely accused. But they're all getting fucking greased, aren't they? They're fucking greasing each other and greasing them fucking selves, the fucking pigs. Profane, poisonous fucking pigs in their incessant fucking need to tell lies. So now you've got 2 of them. There was a fucking male monkey at the end of August, and then there was someone else that was appointed. Because somebody thought it was a good idea that Victoria fucking lie her up. That's identity fraud. Everyone commits an offense who fraudulently impersonates another, whether living or dead, with intent to gain advantage for themselves, with intent to obtain any property, with intent to cause disadvantage, with intent to avoid arrest or prosecution, or to obstruct, pervert, or defeat the course of justice. Well, so all the fucking savages impersonating the crown, all the fucking savages pretending to be BC NDP, or BC whatever, the BC United, or City of Victoria PD, or fucking District of Saanich PD, they believe that they can impersonate the dead crown to avoid arrest and avoid prosecution, and to pervert, and to fucking obstruct, and to defeat the course of justice. They're sovereign fucking citizens. Freemasonics on the land. We're above the fucking law. They're coming for your guns. Did you get your email yet? Well, then there's 2 impersonating the public or the crown. And then there's 2 impersonating the court. And every single one of them is guilty of uttering threats. Well, yeah, they're like, well, you're going to jail. You, an innocent woman who's been fucking robbed of everything, you're going to go to jail if you don't fucking suck us off and twiddle us. If we can't fucking convince you that the fucking lies that we are and the fucking lies that we do are not the truth, you're fucking going to jail. Because we fucking hate you. And we want you fucking dead. We want your fucking voice silenced. Because you're the one who fucking knows who we are, and you're the one who knows what we fucking do, and we can't have you here. Uttering threats. Everyone commits an offense who in any manner knowingly utters, conveys, or causes anyone to receive a threat to cause death or bodily harm. You ever been fucking falsely, or have you been fucking attacked and fucking assaulted and kidnapped and unlawfully confined by these fucking dogs? By these witches? Oh, it's a good time. Oh, fuck, it's a good time. So that's what they're doing, right? Retaliation is discrimination. That's unconstitutional. You can't do that. That's cruel and unusual treatment and punishment. Now they're all accessories after the fact of trespassing and land title and mortgage fraud. The offense of, well, let's see here. Section 23. These are their fucking rules, man. This is their bullshit. Accessory after the fact. An accessory after the fact to an offense is one who, knowing that a person has been a party to the offense, receives, comforts, or assists that person for the purpose of enabling that person to escape. Well, that's what they're doing for fucking Benjamin Howe. And the trespassers using Victoria's land and her house. That's what they're doing. So this woman has to say something, and it doesn't matter who listens. It doesn't matter if how many clicks, how many uploads get how many clicks. That's all irrelevant. This woman has a voice, and she's going to speak. Truth is public service false accusations. Well, so here's the thing, right? When you're denied due process, they lose personal and subject matter jurisdiction. And you realize, right, you study words at all? Do you ever really stop and look at words? It's a prosecutor, pro se. They're acting in their own right. A pro se cutter. And the ball piece, well, it's a ball priest. That's what the bencher is. It's a banker. It's got a fucking outfit on. It's got a clown outfit on. And there's a satanic sigil behind its head. You're talking about a religious fucking ceremony here. No employee of the District of Saanich has witnessed Victoria committed an offense on August the 29th, 2024, or at any time. Because you realize to have an arrest, right, they either need to witness you committing a crime or they have to produce a warrant. So now Victoria's been denied due process, so now you can't prosecute because you've already fucked yourselves. It's the fucking fruit of the poisonous tree. The fruit is fucking fascist. It's filthy. And the fucking root is reprobate. It's fucking rotting. It's rot. It's fucking root rot. Do you pick figs from thorn bushes? You shall know them by what they do. This is not rocket science. Just fucking watch. So this is it. Yeah, here we go. Count one. Victoria's been accused of criminally harassing a fucking criminal. Count one. Victoria has never criminally harassed brainless, blind beast, malicious male monster Benji Howe, guilty of offenses, possession of property obtained by crime. The fucking savage is known since the end of fucking November of 2021. And chooses to fucking play stupid. Oh, it's not even playing, it just is. Because it's being protected by all the other witches who got rich off destroying Victoria's life. Well, that's what's going on here. It's a criminal code offense. Contrary to Section 354. We went through this. Well, so Victoria never had her mail sent anywhere else because the mail goes there because that's where the mail needs to go. That's Victoria's house. That's Victoria's land. So they're guilty of theft for mail. Everyone commits a defense who steals. Where's all the mail going? They steal it. False pretense. false pretense is a representation of a matter of fact, whether present or past, made by words or otherwise, that is known by the person who makes it to be false, and that is made with a fraudulent intent to induce the person to whom it is made to act on it. So they're pretending to be landlords, and they're not, and they know that they're not. They know they're in possession of property obtained by crime. The other thing, these fuckers are filling out government forms, as in tax forms, claiming to be making fucking money, being landlords. They're paying fucking property tax to enrich the shareholders of the fucking criminal organization District of Saanich, knowing full fucking well they are in possession of property obtained by crime. Well, once you found out you were in possession of property obtained by crime, you became guilty of fraud. Everyone who, by deceit, falsehood, or other fraudulent means, whether or not it is a false pretense within the meaning of this act, defrauds the public or anyone of any property, money, or valuable security. Causing bodily harm by criminal negligence. Well, yes, because Victoria needs to go home. That's been her home since January of 2003. Every person who by criminal negligence causes bodily harm. Yes, bodily harm. Victoria can barely move. That's bodily harm. If Victoria is unable to function now, that's because she is dealing with the dead, and the dead are toxic. Well, Victoria has said something. She has never consented to any of this, ever. Not once it began, and she will never consent to any of this. So the reason why she continues to go to her stolen property, to go to her stolen land, is that is her job. She's under contract. There's a contract in place. She's the beneficiary of the land and the home. And so when she goes there, when she was there multiple times, and then again at the end of August 29th, 2024, she was attempting to save her life. And so now you've got how many were there that night? SWAT team. And Mike Walsh and fucking Nick Murray, just to name two of the fucking dogs that were there. Prevents or impedes or attempts to prevent or impede anyone who's attempting to save their own life. Well, fucking thank you very much. Yes, we know you hate us. Yes, we know you want us dead. Well, just to name a few sociopathic offenses of Benji Howe and Sandy Dennis, who are being protected by Dale fucking Manick, fucking David Eby, fucking Nikki Sharma, Dean Murdoch, and Dean Duffy. And then you've got fucking, like I say, the two fucking female benchers and the two fucking retards pretending to be the public, acting as the crown. Count two. Victoria has every right to protect her mode of travel pursuant to Section 35. Defense of property. A person is not guilty. Victoria's not a person. Thank you. She's a woman. She's a foreign diplomat. She's a private prosecutor. And she's an expert witness. So you better fucking behave yourself. This woman is not guilty of an offense if they know on reasonable grounds that they are in peaceable possession of property or are acting under the authority of or are lawfully assisting anyone who is in peaceable possession of property. Is about to enter, is entering, or has entered the property without being entitled. Holy fuck, you got... Who writes this? Is about to enter, is entering, or has the property without being entitled by law? Okay, either I'm really tired or I can't swallow that. Because that sounds like they have fucking flipped it around. Is about to take the property, or in doing so, has just done so, or is about to damage or destroy the property or make it inoperative. Well, that's what they did. So when they're telling Victoria to get out, she can't get out because she knows what they're there to do. So she was defending her property. That's why she didn't get out. And yet, for some fucking reason here, there's a fucking lie being told that she's guilty of willfully resisting. Well, the Mazda is a family heirloom, completely destroyed before the criminal offense of forcible entry. Well, yeah, they fucking smashed into the window. Like, a person commits forcible entry when that person enters real property that is in the actual and peaceable possession of another in a manner that is likely to cause a breach of the peace or reasonable apprehension of the breach of... Well, I can fucking guarantee you that every single neighbor around there, they had their peace breached. Because Victoria spent fucking half an hour trying to talk them fucking out of what they were about to do. That's her job as a peace officer. Victoria has every right to protect her mode of travel pursuant to Section 35 of her family heirloom, completely destroyed before criminal offense of forcible entry by a brainless, blind, brute, bullied beast of Saanich public servants in possession of weapons for dangerous purposes, contrary to Section 88. They clearly don't read any of this, do they? They clearly don't. Or if they fucking have, I guess it just wouldn't matter if you're a sovereign fucking citizen, right? You're a sovereign citizen. Possession of weapon for dangerous purpose. Every person commits an offense who carries or possesses a weapon, an imitation of a weapon, or prohibited device, for the purpose dangerous to the public peace, or for the purpose of committing an offense. Well, that's what they do. And you've read in this fucking code, right, that because they pretend to be peace officers that they have qualified immunity. They actually fucking believe that. Domestic terrorists and pathological liars. That's exactly what they are. You are so fucking threatened by the truth that you have had to fucking send out fucking SWAT teams. Now, if we think about this too much, Victoria's going to end up in a laughing fit. Because you have to realize that the fucking clowns have fucking sat in a circle and organized this. Not once, but twice. Yeah. Yeah. Can you just fucking imagine how that conversation went? A conversation of the cursed cuckoo. Victoria needed to be presented with both warrant for false arrest and assault. So when they got there on the 29th of August at 7 o'clock, when Victoria came to do her job, they needed to present to Victoria a warrant. One for the arrest and then another for taking the property, for stealing her property. You needed to have 2 fucking warrants that night. Well, we know you don't have them. We know you didn't get them. So right there you've got denial of due process, so now you can't fucking lay a bunch of fucking lies, calling them fucking criminal offenses. Even when you fucking deny due process, man, you've got nothing. You've got no subject matter and no personal jurisdiction. You have got abso-fucking-lutely no fucking leg to stand on. But because you didn't have warrants, what the fuck did you do? Well, a person commits an assault when without the consent. You understand that they need consent, right? How many times did you go and listen? Did you go and watch that half an hour of Victoria being fucking violently assaulted? She had Instagram Live on. How many times did she say no? How many times did she say, no, I don't consent. No, I don't want a contract with you. No, you need to let me go. I'm not here to commit a crime. Like, you're either here to fucking help me or you need to get the fuck away from me. How many times did she say no consent? How many times? So if she said no consent and they went ahead and did what they were going to do, all of this applies to them. Every single fucking pig that was there that night. And Dean Murdoch and Dean Duthie. And fucking David Eby and fucking Del Manic. You're all fucking guilty of all of this. Now, you listen. If you consent to any of this, you can't say anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you give these fuckers an inch, if you even help them a little fucking bit, you can't bring up any of this because you allowed it to happen. Well, that's what they've done. They're all fucking armed. Assault with a weapon or they've caused bodily harm. They did it twice. So that's why this 267 applies. Well, they stole her. I knew they were there to steal her. That's why they were there. They're there to commit theft, contrary to Section 322. Theft. Anyone who fraudulently and without color of right takes or fraudulently and without color of right converts to their use or the use of another. To deprive temporarily or absolutely. Well, there you go. How do you like them apples? Well, there's theft and then there's robbery. So it's both, right? It's theft and it's robbery. Everyone commits robbery who steals and for the purpose of extorting whatever is stolen, or to prevent or overcome resistance to the stealing, uses violence or threats of violence. Well, yeah, we heard it, didn't we? Did you go in and listen? Did you go in and watch? It's extremely difficult for the woman who was attacked to go and listen and watch that. It was bad enough the first fucking time it happened. But that's what they did. No, she didn't consent. She doesn't consent. She still doesn't consent. Well, so that's what they've done. They've stolen and robbed her private property on August the 29th. And they have to follow the legal rules and they have to follow procedure. And they just don't, right? And then once they've done this to you, good luck trying to get any type of justice. Good luck trying to get made whole. Because all the benchers are blind, brainless beasts, just like these fucking savages are. The fucking profane, poisonous piglets. Who somehow they've managed to fucking train to circle like sharks. Fuck, how much does that cost? You fucking circus monkey tricks. Breach of release. Well, because Victoria, right? Victoria wouldn't go. She will not be a part of your malicious prosecutions. She's sorry. You can go fuck yourselves. So then what do? You do it again. And then you fucking stack on another fraudulent fucking accusation that she's breached the release. Well, she never consented in the first fucking place. We don't have a contract. She doesn't need to perform for you. She doesn't need to dance for you fucking demons, you fucking degenerates. Victoria can prove to be a foreign diplomat. Yep, that's true. Victoria is under no obligation to submit herself to danger, to visit Luciferian lodges where the official religion of the public service is secular humanism. So that's just a very, 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 very polite way of saying, well, secular is satanic and, well, a fucking human is a monster. So what would a woman be doing there? What would she be? Why would she be there? She wouldn't be there. The dead do not have jurisdiction over the living. It's the living who have jurisdiction over the dead. Jesus explained all this when he was here. Well, Section 17, let's go see what it is. Compulsion by threats. They're trying to compulse Victoria to show up at the fucking whorehouse to do business with the fucking whores. It's a compulsion by threat. You're going to jail. You're going to fucking pay us money. What the fuck is this? It's compulsion by threats. Oh, wait a minute. Is it because Victoria said something about this now? They've got to have this fucking exclamation mark and the red line here. Are you going to repeal this now? You fucking reprobate rats going to repeal your bullshit. Compulsion by threats. A person who commits an offense under compulsion by threats of immediate death or bodily harm from a person who is present when the offense is committed is excused for committing the offense if the person believes that the threats will be carried out and if the person is not a party to the conspiracy or association whereby the person is subject to compulsion. But this section does not apply where the offense that is committed is high treason or treason, murder, piracy, attempted murder, sexual assault with a deadly weapon, threats to a third party, or causing bodily harm, forcible abduction, hostage-taking, robbery, assault with a weapon or causing bodily harm, aggravated assault, unlawfully causing bodily harm. Again, who writes this? Oh, amended. Oh, fetched. Oh. Oh, it's fetched all right. I mean, we're dealing with animals. These are abominations. These are fucking animal abominations we're dealing with. Fetched. Yeah, you fetch all right. You fucking dogs. Victoria is not obligated to accept any legal role in the toxic tyrant theater that is the court. Invitation by intimidation, denied. Invitation by threats, dismissed. So there was a female appointed to represent a living woman. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we went over this, but there's like supposed to be a private conversation. So in November, when Victoria is fucking kidnapped and unlawfully confined, the appointed representative is there to speak with Victoria. So Victoria explains that, yes, her property's been stolen. Of course, that goes in one ear and right out the other. Right? We're not here to talk about the truth. Then this female goes on and is saying, like, well, there's going to be a trial. Yeah? Is that right? How have you already determined that? Because later, when the other two females join into the malicious prosecution, the female impersonating Victoria, tattletales on its friend that it hasn't received disclosure. So if you don't have a fucking clue what's going on, how are you threatening Victoria that there's going to be a trial? Because you realize that they are talking about you behind your back. You are dead, and they are looking to make maximum income. All three of them. The bencher, the one impersonating the public, and the one impersonating the falsely accused. And apparently, you, the falsely accused, don't have any say in what's going on. Or what's going to happen to you. Or how they're going to fucking bend you over. How do you like them apples? So this is addressing this female here who proved itself to be untrustworthy from the word go. Anyway, how do unforgivable acts serve you? Why did you utter threats November and December, causing a blameless woman to be in fear for her life by claiming there was going to be a trial? How did you predetermine such a laughable claim when you then provided proof you hadn't even obtained disclosure from your incompetent partners in fraud on the court? If you were unable to understand what you heard from Victoria, her property is stolen, therefore innocent of all filthy accusations, how were you already making plans to take part in a malicious prosecution? So we, the people, are the principal in all matters. That's the highest authority. Of course, the Freemasonics on the land, the sovereign citizens, have now flipped that around. And now they fucking believe, being all fucking warped fucking weeds, that they can just fucking control everything in their wicked world. So you have to tell them, right? You got 3 counts here? Well, they all have to be withdrawn, and the warrant has to be withdrawn as well. Because we're not going to consent to any of this bullshit. So Sutton and Sharma, yeah, Or is a bloated beast pretending to be BC Attorney General? So it's paperwork. That's what the court is. The court is those four corners on that paper. Complete process on file in Victoria Registry. The non-negotiable common law commands forthwith. Your pattern of behavior proves beyond reasonable doubt guilt, as written in Daniel 12:10. The wicked understand nothing but evil doing, chaos, and confusion. So August the 29th, at 20 minutes to 4 o'clock, Victoria sends out very short, because she's going to be there tonight at 7 o'clock so she can take her security back from the trespassers and the criminals. So then there are, well, there's a YouTube upload. You know, a living woman trying to converse with the fucking dead, the walking dead. Corruption, right? Like, this is what they're doing. Dogpiling, coordinated attack by a group of abusers intended to overwhelm through a barrage of threats and slurs. Well, yeah. So we posted this. Well, there's one of the females right there. They're not judges. They're bought and paid for clerks. It's a banker. That's a private for-profit business. It's got nothing to do with serving the public. They're serving themselves. So we can see all the file numbers there. We can see the court file numbers. So autograph of foreign woman, recorded Vicoactus Latin, for having been forced, having been compelled, is this woman in need of protection from high-risk offenders, knows the law, that consent makes the law. A contract is a law between the parties which can acquire force only by consent. Consent, in fact, is what makes the law. This woman maintains and reserves in perpetuity her common law natural rights, knowing all statutes, bylaws, administrative codes, private bar court rules are constructed as contracts. Canadian citizens acting in color of office roles of fiction cannot force this woman into performance using intimidation, coercion, threats, duress, discrimination, extortion, racism, and hate. This woman denied offer of service by oath perjurers, high-risk offenders, in fact war criminals, on November 21st. So law maxim, those who are silent appear to consent. There's another one, those who do not disapprove, approve. So you have to disapprove. You have to say no. I object. We object. We object. No, we won't be playing your little fucking witch game. Fucking Hogwart. Hogwart fucking wickedness. Babylonian beast bullshit. Conditional offer of public service does not meet essentials of a contract. Persons acting as adjudicator, prosecutor, and not of sound mind and capable cannot prove subject matter jurisdiction. Well, they lost it, right? You denied due process right from the fucking word go. And every time. Offered no legal consideration, refused mutuality of agreement and obligation, therefore conditions of release are unenforceable. What the fuck is wrong with them? Like, you just keep doing the same fucking ugliness. You must comply, you must. No, we don't. No, we don't, actually. Thanks very much. Fuck you, fuck off. You're all fucking, you're all guilty of fucking accessories after the fact, fucking conspiracy. So they're fucking denying and deflecting. That's what demons do. Demons deny and deflect. That's the name of their fucking game. This is like a fucking game to these demons. These aren't living men and women. They're not people. They're fucking sick. But there's this sick feeling. Oh, and there was a fucking letter sent by these fucking goons from West Shore ULOC who have been informed on February the 1st that there would be no more valuable consideration coming after 5 fucking years, and you haven't picked up the fucking phone to call the West Shore RCMP and let them know that you're in possession of property obtained by crime. Well, somebody is exposing more corruption, right? I mean, this is what we're doing here. Well, you better know your local gang members. Take a fucking look. They actually have the fucking nerve to refer to themselves as peace officers. Oh, we have abso-fucking-lutely lost our monkey minds, haven't we? The fuck you are. Beware. Known criminal gang members are roaming the highways in your neighborhood. Watch for gang identifiers, fucking vehicles, armaments, fucking clothing, demeanor. Well, they've got outfits, eh? Individuals who fit this description have been known to initiate violence. No shit, Sherlock. It's getting. Are you noticing it's getting worse? Like, it's getting worse and worse all the time. What are they wearing? Who took this fucking picture? This is the epitome of arrogance. This is how arrogant abominations act. We've got an idol worn on our fucking outfit. The fucking satanic sigil. Were you told not to do that? You were also told not to lie. And you were also fucking told not to steal. But we see you don't want to listen to any of that either. Aren't you fucking cute? Oh, and here, look at this. This is a sociopath named Nick Murray. Guilty of kidnapping, unlawful confinement, uttering threats, fucking criminal harassment, fucking intimidation, aiding and abetting, perjury. Fucker's got black gloves on. Now, why would you have black gloves on? Where's your body cam? You mean with all the fucking millions of dollars that this fucking criminal cabal, District of Saanich fucking rakes in every year, you fucking pigs don't have body cams? Why would that be? Why would that be? You gotta make sure the shareholders get fucking maximum return for their fucking ugliness. Have you managed to fucking raise the taxes so high that no one can afford to live in the district anymore? Fucking tired. Just. They were lying in wait. Lying in wait. They were waiting there. Not to help, but to harm. Not to serve and protect, but to commit robbery and theft. Yeah. What do you think? Well, here's some interesting information about the dirty dog himself. And some more information.
Canadians don't like Indians in Canada. And it's not because they're Indian, it's because a small group of the Indians who've immigrated here cause big problems. I'd also like to make it clear that what I'm about to say isn't just directed at Indians. India was a trigger word to get you to keep watching. This is directed at all immigrants who are committing crimes. To start, Toronto and the Greater Toronto Area has become one of the most dangerous places in the world. There are cars being stolen from people off of the street at intersections, from people's driveways, and holding families up at gunpoint in their own house to steal their cars. No matter what race you are, even if you're a Canadian citizen, that is wrong. And I'm not just blaming the people who are doing this. This also is directed at the government for having bad laws. One of the laws that have been put in place is the catch and release law. This law means that after you do something, you are basically way more likely to be let free. 2 instances of this is 1, a man killed 2 little girls in a park with a gun recently in the Greater Toronto Area. This man was let free. Later on, the government decided that maybe we shouldn't have let this guy free, and then they started to chase him down. If the catch and release law wasn't around, Canadians...
But remember, if you have arms they want to take from you, you've received an email by now from the RCMP. They're going to take them from you. So let's take a look here at some of these fucking conditions. Because once they do that, then you can't defend yourself from what you just heard happening. And whoever that was didn't kill those little girls, it murdered those little girls. Sorry, I think it was the second time they fucking hauled me in there. Sorry about the noise. Oh, here we go. Condition number 5. You must not possess, directly or indirectly, any weapon as identified by the criminal code. Really? Now, why would you... Why would you put that condition on a woman that you've robbed of everything? And why are criminals representing the RCMP sending emails out now to their neighbors that their neighbors are required to hand over their arms when it's only getting worse? And you do have the right to defend your property here. Or do you? This kind of fucking treatment is just fucking insane. Like, it's fucking beyond insane. Well, there you go. I won't read it out loud, but you can see what it says. I mean, doesn't it? I mean, what's going on here? Why do they come after... Why do they come after innocent men and women? There's nothing more traumatic than being hated. The wicked seek to end the lives of the righteous. Well, this is exactly why she gives voice to her experience here, because this is what's happening. Community gang stalking, coercive control, humiliation, degradation, defamation, violence, fraud, you name it. That's what's happening. Women who experience trauma face severe depression to the point where they feel paralyzed and can't move. They feel like they have no stability in life or embarrassed because they don't have any friends and constantly feel drained and exhausted for no reason. That's a dark good thing that the peculiar people who were here before wrote down their experience and their lives here, because this fucking shit is inexplicable. The hatred for no fucking reason. But there is a reason for it. There's a reason for it. But unless you're standing in these shoes, I mean, how do you even get a grip on what it's like? There seems to be an absolute lack of empathy and understanding and sympathy, never mind support. But if you are here and you do listen and you're invested in this war, appreciate you, thank you. Because the wicked will even turn on their own kind. And I mean, obviously, their first target is the righteous. The wicked target the righteous. But then the wicked, being the wicked, they're going to turn on their own kind. That's why you have war between neighbors. And so if you got arms, you better figure out how to hold on to them, because this is exactly why she says something. She can see what's coming, and you should be able to see it too. Crime is out of control. And the pathetic parasites, those fucking legislature buildings that look like some kind of a temple. It's a fucking stone temple. Those are fucking stone temple pirates in there, making life unlivable for everyone except for themselves, right? Because remember, they're the Freemasons on the land. They're the sovereign citizens. And they can send out their fucking military force, their fascist fucking fraud force, and fucking come with a fucking SWAT team if you have the nerve to say anything. There's only one thing worth dying for, and that's the truth. That's the only thing worth dying for. And that's why Jesus was murdered. The man stood for the truth, and he wouldn't waver. He would not fucking bow to the bullshit. He wouldn't. And he kept saying something, and they can't have that. They can't have it. So they figured if they murdered him, they'd shut him up. A few days later, hi, I'm back. Oh, and it's April now, so they're about to roll into Easter. What's that all about? It's just, fuck, it's too much to take. Yeah, well, violence against women, well, it's rampant. I mean, we just heard whoever that was from Toronto saying what's going on now. 2 little girls are murdered in a park. What the fuck is going on here? They let the fucker go, but they come for me, and then I hear and I keep hearing that I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail because I keep fighting for what's right. They're going to put me in jail. And yet I haven't committed any crime, nor have I harmed anyone, and neither did my spouse. Can anyone explain that? Because it's not okay. And so here was me explaining on YouTube. I mean, I went through it, and I'm pretty sure that I took enough time to calm down enough before I started to make sure I could go through the information without completely flipping out and having a spaz. Because keeping the rage in check is a job all on its own. Because nobody deserves to be treated like this. Nobody deserves to be robbed of absolutely everything. And so this is what's happening, you guys. Like, this is exactly why she's watching This is YouTube, and this is the post tab. The post tab. So do you understand what's happening? I watched this recently. It's called Stop It, the Great Taking. So the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, they have altered, I think, Article 8. And the wicked, can literally just take everything from you, and it's legal. And there's individuals talking about this and trying to blow the whistle and trying to sound the alarm. Because it's already obviously started. Well, self-represented litigants are like ants. You should have heard the benchers talk about any man or woman who goes in to the Luciferian fucking lodge to fight for their life. Well, we fucking can't have that. Well, Victoria was steamrolled every time she went in. Because an unrebutted affidavit stands as truth. And so obviously as she went through all the fucking bullshit that they were saying, she could see that it was all lies. So she went in and she said something, and she was denied due process every time she went. Every time she went in clean, but she came out covered in fucking vomit. Covered in vomit. By the profane, pathetic pukes. Titled The Bench. People are going to lose their property over that. They're just jacking up prices like this is, I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, people are sounding the alarm everywhere. Violence is all they know. You comply or there's going to be violence. You comply or you're going to jail. Victoria, if you continue to fight for your property, if you continue to fight for your life, you are going to jail. Victoria. So that's the law of auditing and cop watching. Right. Is that right? Really? Speaking legalese in court. Yeah, well, here's on the paper right here. It says you can have your trial in English or French. Well, you're not speaking English. But you've made a claim that you speak English. See what happens when you're cursed, and it's written in the living law. That when you will not follow the living law, then you are automatically cursed. And when you're automatically cursed, it is written, and it is now proven beyond reasonable doubt to be true, that you become mad and blind and confused. And that's exactly why they keep doing this to Victoria and her son and her spouse. They're mad, they're blind, and they're confused. They're the cursed. Their native language is compulsive fucking lying, which is as toxic as a bucket full of vomit. And that's why when you go into the fucking Luciferian lodge, all the tables are covered with vomit. While the vomit comes out of a hole, that's an open grave, and that's who Victoria continues to fucking have to deal with. And she's had enough. She's not going to do it anymore. Oh, if you don't come, Victoria, in December, we're going to fucking $500 you'll be paying us, Victoria, because you see, we're mindless, malicious monkeys, and we worship Mammon. That's why we have everything, and you have nothing. Your family has nothing now. Your family has nothing now, and we have everything that you work so hard to have, because that's who we are. That's what we do. So if you ever want to go and take a look at some of this stuff, it's all there for you to see. We're not hiding it. I mean, this is the age of information. No one should be, in the dark about what's happening. It's exactly what's written, right? It's going to dial right out of control. It's dialing right out of control. And the love of most has grown cold.